We're going to continue looking at our materials that we have available to us. This time, though, we are going to take a look at the Add Media Album option. And adding media albums are really neat because they can work in a couple of different ways. Either you, as the instructor, can add videos or photos for the students to see. The other neat thing about media albums is you can actually enable, here under our options, is the ability to allow students to add media to the media albums as well. This could be really neat, for example, if you are going on a field trip to a museum and students have maybe their iPads with them and they are taking photos of the different things that they are seeing. You could actually have them load then those photos to the media album and really get a neat perspective of how the student sees it through their lens. And so that's a really nice feature with the media album. So when creating a media album, you simply give it a title. I'm going to call this media album example. I know it's really creative. You have the ability to add a description. So if you want to maybe tell your viewers what they can see in this media album, you can give them a brief description about that. Otherwise, you can jump down here to the options. So publish to students means it's going to be visible to your students. By default, that is enabled. If you do not want it visible, you would simply click on it and that will become unpublished. So green is published, unchecked or not green would be unpublished. And that is true on any of the material types that we're looking at. The other option you have is to enable comments. So if you want your students to be able to comment on the media album, it could be individual photos or videos that you have listed. You can decide whether or not they have that ability. And then, as I mentioned before, if you want students to add media or not, by default, it's instructors and students can add media. If I click that, it's only instructors can add media. So you have that option. And then you can copy this to courses. So if you have more than one course that you would like this media album listed at, you can hit copy to courses. It will bring a list of the courses that you teach. Simply selecting the other courses, you will have the option to either add it to a folder if one exists in that course, or if not, it will just add it to your materials list. And then hit create. So now that I have created that folder, it's going to give me the ability to attach files. And I can do that simply by clicking this attach files. It's going to browse my computer then for any photos that I have or videos that I have. I'm going to choose pictures here. I'm just going to go into this A+ certificate award winners and select a few. I'm just going to select, we'll do Anna Cuervas here and upload that. I can continue to add up to 10 at a time. And so if I want, I can continue attaching those and then simply hit add media. You will see here it'll list each of the folders, or I'm sorry, each of the photos here in that folder. If I wanted to add additional either videos or photos after the fact, over here on the right, I can do so by hitting this add media option, and it will allow me to continue adding to this folder. I also have my edit option here to the right, so I can edit the media, edit the info, which will allow me to change either the settings that I chose, the name of the album. I can unpublish or publish it from here, add it to a folder. So if I wanted it to be in an existing folder under my materials, I could do so. I can again copy to another course, or I can save it here to my resources, which again is my digital filing cabinet. I can click on a specific photo. And when I do that, I then have the ability to add a caption. I can also tag this photo. So if I hit add a caption, it's going to open up a little box where I can then caption this. So I can say Anna Cuevas receives a plus. Down below that, I can change my rotations and I can even crop it. And if I wanted to tag this photo, I can do so. So if this was a student in my class, I could come here and start typing out the name of one of the students in my class. I'm going to say that this is Chief Blackhawk and then hit save. And then it will tag the student as being part of this photo. If you had the comments enabled, you see here underneath it, students would be able to add a comment for that photo. To move from one photo or video to the next, you simply hit the next button and it will take you to the next photo where you can, again, add a caption or tag the photo. And that's how media albums work.